Yo, so I also wanted to do a quick review about this Kingston Technology Mobilelite wireless reader, media streamer and charger. Looks like that. I don't know if you can see it with a light. Probably really crappy light. Maybe I should come into my light. Can you see it from here? It's a bit far away. What about here? It's yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I need to put a light on. Ta-da! That's what it is. Little tiny box. Now, I bought this because of a recommendation from a guy on Instagram called Richard Mackney, who is a photographer, vlogger, dad, T5 driver, beer drinker. Wow, I know a lot about him from his social graph. And what was really interesting to me was the pricing point of these was about £55, I think they were originally. And on Amazon, the price had been reduced down to $15.99, $17.99, $17.99. Now, normally I'm not influenced to buy stuff just because it's had a massive big price drop. I needed something for my iPhone, for my GoPro. So this thing, which I occasionally record video on. How could I get that video, instead of in my desktop, into my iPad for editing? So I've got a great piece of software called Pinnacle Studio, and I want to be able to shoot stuff on the GoPro in the day, and then maybe put it into the iPad and edit it in Pinnacle Studio and upload it to YouTube. Now, the Apple don't make it easy to get your video files into their thing. They want it in their camera roll and want it in various formats, etc, etc, etc. It's an absolute bind. So I wanted something that I can literally take the micro, super micro SD, the tiny thing. You won't be able to see that tiny little thing, and put it into my iPad. Now I could do that with a reader for about £8 or £9, and put that in the bottom, and it should show up. But I didn't go that route. I went this route, and that's to use the Mobilelite. Excuse me. So it's by Kingston. It's the Mobilelite wireless. It's got USB and micro USB. It's quite small. It's hand size, and it's got a card reader slot on the back. Now, what this should allow me to do, it's also a charger, which is kind of interesting. So you could charge things up off that as well once it's all charged up. The idea is, for me, is that I shoot with my GoPro, go and get that, and then put the content in this little adapter, SD adapter, and then put it into the side. And he says, have I got it right the right way around? Well, let me put it the other way around and lock it in. This is going to be interesting. That's it. It's one of those sort of click to lock. And then the idea with this is that it connects, I believe, over Wi-Fi. So share content wirelessly with up to 3 users on their devices. Expand your storage via USB or SD card. Built-in rechargeable lithium-ion 1810 milliamp 3.8 volt battery. So yeah, reader, media streamer, charger. I kind of like the idea that I've got a backup charger, a little bit of charge. But the most important thing is, can I get that content into Pinnacle Studio? So I'm going to give that a go, and I'll be back with you. Turns out that came packed flat as a pancake. So I've made another pot. Oh yeah. Lovely jubbly. A lovely cup of joe. Well, that's good. I'll just wait for it to charge. So I charged it up and downloaded the app for the Kingston Mobilelite. I changed, when I went through the first setup, when it found it, it connected to, it came up with Mobilelite Wireless Network or something like that, the SSID. The first time I went into the app, it asked me to change the name of the SSID, which I did. But then it also asked me if I had another internet connection or a wireless network that I used to connect to the net. And it's the first time I've seen an app do that, which is really nice. So connecting to one network, which is this, which gives me access to a USB port, so I could actually plug in a USB stick in there, or an SD card in the other side. And as far as I can tell, it finds the folder and everything else. I haven't recorded any content on my GoPro yet, so I can't tell what I can do with it in terms of sharing and exporting, but so far pretty good. And it's an ideal little rechargeable thing as well if I need to charge up any of my tech, like an iPhone or anything like that. Nice and slim. That would fit in a jacket really nicely. In fact, I could probably have that stitched in to a jacket, so I'm going to probably look at that actually, as long as I can find a way to power it. I might be able to power that, depending on the input that it needs from a solar cell. I'll have to have a look at how much power it needs. But so far, for 15 quid, I think it's going to do what I need it to do. I'll give you an update on it as I start to use it and play with it a bit more. But you can get them on Amazon. I've put the link in my my description for this. Mobilelite Wireless from Kingston. Don't forget to subscribe!
Look to my coming on the first light of the 5th day. At dawn, look to the east, just past that Starbucks. Thank you.